My wife ignored my existence for 14 days. So on day 15, I left flowers with a note. Thank you for the best 2 weeks of our marriage. When she stormed into the kitchen furious, she found divorce papers with another note. Now let's make it the best year of my life. The silent treatment started over a stupid argument about money. I'd suggested maybe she could work more than part-time instead of spending $200 on skincare every month. Apparently, that was crossing the line. For 14 days, she pretended I didn't exist. She'd cook for herself and leave my dishes dirty, do her laundry and leave mine wet in the washer until it smelled like mildew, order expensive takeout for herself and eat it right in front of me. But here's the twisted part. She'd answer her phone immediately when friends called. Suddenly, she was all laughter and conversation. The moment she hung up, I was invisible again. By day 5, I realized what this really was. Not hurt feelings, but a power play. She was training me like a dog, expecting me to crack and beg for forgiveness. The problem with her plan? I started enjoying the peace. No constant criticism about how I loaded the dishwasher. No complaints about my noise when I wanted to watch sports. No lectures about leaving my work boots by the door. So I decided to play along, but not how she expected. I pulled my guitar out of the closet where it had been buried under her clothes for months. See, I used to play every evening after work, but she'd killed that with constant comments. That's giving me a headache. Do you have to play the same song over and over? Are you sure you're actually good at that? Well, if she was ignoring me, she couldn't complain about noise, could she? I set up right in the living room and started playing, rusty as hell, but I felt alive again. I heard her footsteps freeze upstairs, then her bedroom door slammed so hard the house shook. I smiled and kept playing. Over the next week, I reclaimed everything, rearranged the furniture so I could actually watch TV comfortably, started cooking food I wanted to eat instead of her Pinterest disasters. She'd hover around the kitchen while I grilled steaks, clearly wanting some, but couldn't ask without breaking her own game. The breakthrough came on day 14. I was working on a tricky guitar solo, hitting wrong notes, starting over. She was getting more agitated with every mistake, slamming things in the kitchen. Finally, she cracked. Jesus Christ. Are you sure you ever knew how to play that thing? It sounds like you're torturing a cat. 3 seconds of silence as she realized what she'd done. I looked at her calmly. Oh, so you can hear me? Interesting. She turned red and stormed upstairs. But here's what hit me. Even after 2 weeks of silence, her first words were still designed to tear me down. That told me everything I needed to know. The next morning, I took a personal day and visited a divorce attorney. 2 hours later, I had the papers ready. That evening, I wrote 2 notes. The first needed to catch her off guard without giving away the surprise. The second was direct and final. Day 15, I placed white lilies on the kitchen table with the first note. Thank you for the best 2 weeks of our marriage. She found them when she came down for work. Confusion first, then a smile as she misread the message, thinking I was finally submitting. You think this is funny? She exploded, breaking her silence. After everything you've put me through, I kept tuning my guitar. Oh, so you remember how to talk. This isn't a joke. Do you have any idea what you've done to our marriage? Actually, I do. I've had 14 days to think about it. And that note isn't sarcasm. These really have been the best 2 weeks of our marriage. She looked confused. No fighting, no constant criticism, no walking on eggshells. For the first time in months, I could just exist without managing your emotions every second. I walked to the counter where I'd left the second envelope. If 2 weeks without your input made our marriage better, imagine what a lifetime could do. Her hands shook as she opened the divorce papers and found the second note. Now, let's make it the best year of my life. This is insane! Over one argument. This isn't about the argument. It's about what these 14 days taught me. You wanted to show me life without your attention. Mission accomplished. I liked it better than I imagined. I grabbed my guitar case and headed for the door. Where are you going? To work. When I come home tonight, I won't have to wonder what mood you'll be in or what new rules you've invented. I paused at the door. Your silent treatment officially ends today. You can talk all you want now, just not to me. The divorce was finalized 90 days later. The best 3 months of my life. Turns out the punishment was actually freedom.